Okay, all right, so the recording's begun. Let me go ahead and close that nonsense here. Okay, close, delete. Okay. Okay, so the theme of this discussion will be around how we coordinate the Trello board, how like two human resources people or multiple people involved in human resources can work together and save confusion on Trello. Okay. All right. So let me show you the first thing we do. The first card we have is from Nia. She's applying for a market development. So since I'm screening market builders right now, I'll go ahead and also I know her already. So I'll go ahead and I'll tag her with my name on it, right? I'm also going to tag her again on the label here as a business development person, right? It's this red label here. There's a keyboard shortcut if you want to do this quickly. You can just press the keyboard L and then it opens up that automatically, and then you can hit business development. If you want to untag them, then you just hit that tag twice over here and it untags them. Okay, so you might ask yourself, why bother? Why do we do that, right? And the reason is because there's this cool thing you can do on Trello, which is you press the F key on your keyboard right here, right? And once you press the F key, it sets up a filter. And so you can filter, let's say, for example, I say it's urgent to hire a business development person right now. So then we just focus on interviewing business development people and everyone else can wait, right? So then that filters out all the business development people. Then we can also sub-filter again to all the business development people that Jing is looking after, right? So then that just reduces it down to this candidate right here, Alvin. So by tagging, it maintains a communication within the group of who is working on what and what candidates are applying for what role. Does that make sense? Okay, great. All right, so that's fantastic. That's something that that we can do. Okay, so let me go over some of this stuff with you. So Nia already has applied, and she's already signed up for a evaluation today. So we'll just kind of like do this then, right? We'll bring her over to this side. So she's on the skill test. Nia has applied already at Bukit Vista previously, and she wants to reapply because the first time she applied, she had some family issues. So we'll hear what she has to say. Okay, let's go on the next card here. So this is Aditya. Aditya has wants to apply to Bali for content creator and online marketer. What's your consideration right now when you look at this application? Sure. Yes, 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 correct. What would be in your screening guidelines to think about whether or not this person is a good fit or not? Okay. All right. Let's take a look at the CV. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Sorry. He's applying for content, not videographer. Correct. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. 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 Yep. Mm-hmm. Okay. 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 All right. Let's take a round and look at his motivations. Okay. Okay. I've noticed his writing skills are not so great. Yes. 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 Okay. All right. Okay. Let's do that then. So let's. Oh, are you able to open this on your side, Ara? Okay. All right. Try opening up the candidate board, and then we'll process it. Yeah. And I'll watch you process it. That way, I see that you've acquired the new skill set. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and write on the screening guidelines for content that we're also looking for somebody who has good spelling and good spelling, and I think good English composition skills are pretty essential because unless we're having this person exclusively create content for Jogja, then they need to be able to actually write effectively in English. So this puts us in a funny situation. Let's say this person was exceptionally good at videography or whatever, photography, but they were terrible at writing. Then what do we do with them? So then there is that consideration too to have. What do you think would happen if we had that scenario where they were really good at, let's say, video talent, but they were just terrible at writing? Okay. Mm-hmm. True. Okay. Another thing about content I think is super important is you have to be able to distinguish people who are good storytellers from people who are good technical artists. So a technical artist can take a great photo, but they can't really tell the story of that place, right? They will miss out on really important details or guest experience things that should be taken. Um, so I think part of it is if you've watched a lot of video submissions, you already kind of see that, right? Some people are really good at cinematography, but they just can't tell the story. So whenever I look at a content person's work, I always look at what they write, because if they can't write a story, then generally they can't tell the story because they have no way of formulating a story in their mind yet. So that can be a dilemma. Just for practice, I'd like you to just go ahead and find out for yourself whether this person meets your expectations. Okay, have you been able to open the Trello? Oh, does does Franz error a lot or a little bit? It's free, that's why. But so is Trello. So okay, okay, I've helped you by putting his. Great. Is it working now? The printer? Yay! Printer's working. Yay! So happy. Okay, I know. Okay, perfect. All right, great. So go ahead and tag him because you're going to be his next interviewer. So tag yourself, and perhaps you can make your own Trello avatar too. Yeah, that way we'll know you're the real Ara. Okay, hit it. Okay, great. And then he's been tagged as a content creator. And what should we do last? Yep. Yep. Yes. Okay, great. Okay. Once you've tagged yourself on that, then I will assume that you'll just do the follow up on the next step. Okay. BV 15 min. BV 15 min. Yeah. Out of 15. Got it? All right. Perfect. Okay. Is that me or you? Because you have one for you too, right? Okay. Because it says regards Jing at the end. No, it doesn't. It says Bukit Vista slash 15 men. Ah, okay. Yeah, yeah. So what I would do is just go Ara 15 min, and then use that as your text expander. So, okay, I'll show you how to do it. So what you can do, so just take a look at my screen right now. I'll kind of quarterback this for you, right? So just open up text expander. Okay, so we'll open text expander, and then, oh, whoops, I think I'm recording the wrong screen. Moron, moron. Okay, damn it. Okay, sorry. I think I was recording the wrong screen this whole time, but it's okay. Whatever. Okay. Oh, you already have RF15. Wait, give me a second here. Oh, but it's just your Calendly link. Okay. Okay. So in that case, let's just do this then. We'll do BDARA15 as the text expander, and then we'll copy your invitations over. So we'll go over here, and let's see, when was the last time you sent out an invitation? Let's find it. Okay. Wow, when you share it, it slows down the computer quite a bit. Uh, quite a bit, yeah. Okay, I'm working on like fumes here. Come on, loading. Oh God, come on. Mm, stuck. Okay. All right. Do you know how to do that on your own? Like set up your own text expander? Okay. All right. We'll just go over that. Okay. Okay. And then I'll just let you follow up on it. If there's an AB on it, that means it's your card, and you can follow up on that next one. Okay. Let's go to the next person, Joko Purwanto. So Mr. Joko here. Um, I think we can assign that to you. Can do the first screen on any Jogja market builder. So I'll tag you on it, and then I'll tag the label on it. Oh wait, we should tag it only after we screen the CV, right? Because otherwise it's kind of a waste of time. Okay, so yeah, that's a practice that we're learning together now. So I will do it correctly. We'll tag it only after we have decided what to do. Okay, so this is a CV. Let's open that up and see what we see. Meantime, I'm closing all my other windows, free up my RAM, let my processor work. Oh, it's probably because I'm also, oh yeah, shit. Okay, I'm gonna close Slack. I got Slack going on. I got too much stuff going on everywhere. Okay, all right, all right. What do you think of this person's CV? Yes. Ugh. Actually, I can't. It's truly gummed up. Can you open it on your side as well? Yeah, that's good. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Here we go. Oh, here, I finally got control of my screen again. Okay, there we go. Actually, quite a few. He's done this his whole life. Actually, he's done since 3 years in marketing, planning untuk di. I'm thinking that too. Yeah, I'm thinking and he tends to stay pretty long at each job. Yeah, that's right. That's right. It looks like somebody who's a little bit more old-fashioned. He's the same age as me almost. Mhm. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Let's see what the rest of his thing is, and see if there's any fit in at least his motivations for being here. Then, okay. So he says that saya pribadi yang ceria murah senyum, bekerja keras, ulat pantang menyerah dan sebagai seorang sales, saya mempunyai tanggung jawab mencari income yang sebesar-besarnya dan saya akan bekerja sesuai dengan standar operasional perusahaan. Okay, so here's my insight on this. I generally like to hire salespeople who are a little bit older. And the reason why is because most of our audience who owns property is also a little bit older, right? And the other thing that happens is that young people hate using the telephone and they like to text on everything. And I know a lot of old people prefer not to do that. They don't find it very persuasive when you text. So on sales and or on salespeople, I've noticed older people tend to actually have a better approach and they can get more shit done. We've seen that with Nung Lee, with Pat Nunki, with a few other people. So age does matter, but in sales, considering our audience generally tends to be a bit older too, and considering that, yeah, I would be curious to know a little bit more what they can do. If it's a good salesperson, then generally the older they are, the better they are. And the only thing they really need to learn to do is to use Trello, right? In terms of coordinating a sales funnel. But all great salespeople also have boards too. Anyways, they usually, if anybody's in a sales organization, they tend to have like a whiteboard or a push-up pin board. So they should understand this principle, and Trello just makes it easier to look at the board when you're not in the office, right? So that's the difference. Okay, so I'd like to have you find out more about Mr. Joko Porwanto, and see if you like him, right? See if it's a person that would add value to our team. Okay, so once again, um, tag. I'm doing all the work for you now. Okay, I'll let you do the next one. Yeah, tag. I'll leave it here in the stack, and then we'll go to the next one. Okay, Nyoman Yudiantara Nyoman Bali. Okay, another content hire. Let's open up their CV. Let's close the last one. Okay, and they have a double CV. They have two attachments. I believe one is a CV and the other one perhaps is their portfolio. Oh, it's an application letter. How kind, how chivalrous in this day and age to actually write an application letter. Okay, let's see what they wrote. All right, so PT Starwood, good. Okay, sales promotion boy, right. Worked at Infinite Mall Bali Galleria, good, at the Apple Store. Everyday Smart Hotel Kuta, okay, okay, okay. Looks pretty interesting, actually. He has a familiar with technology, familiar with the villa side of the business, has worked in, I don't know if Starwood is the Hotel Starwood, but that could be good. And okay, he's personalized it too, actually. He's personalized the letter to HR at Bukit Vista. So that's a good sign. Okay, all right. What do you see? Yeah, a bit more thorough. Yeah. Okay, very good. Yeah, yeah, he has structure. Ah, very good. Yes, I do believe that's exactly what I'm writing about right now, actually. So funny you should mention that. So it's actually really funny you should mention that. And let me show you what I'm talking about. So I'm writing actually screening guidelines as we're doing this, and including an application letter is a really good thing. But the sort of the extension, yeah, yeah. If there are specific reasons, then it's actually uh, more exactly, exactly. If it's just kind of like boilerplate, then that's not as persuasive. So a lot of times, I think Brian at Airbnb used to do this exercise. I think it's pretty good. So he says, try to think of like what the thing is, and try to imagine what, let's say, 5 star would be, right? So this is an application letter. What does a 5 star application letter look like? Okay, and then you can say, okay, a 5 star application could be they know who the HRD person is because they've done some research. They say specifically why they're a good fit according to their own background, and they try to match with a few things here. Okay, then try to extend that out. Try to imagine what a 6 star application letter could look like, right? And a 6 star probably would have all of that, but maybe even uh, like, oh, hey, I noticed something that was actually uh, like a bug fix, right? Like, oh, I noticed that on your website, this seems to have a conflict with your core values. How do you feel about that, right? That would show that they really studied, they understood the core values, and then they even stepped on toes, right, to demonstrate that. But then just try to extend that all the way out to 10 stars, and try to keep on imagining, okay, what does that look like? And why do we do that? Because as long as we can reset the application, our expectations, we can keep on asking the candidate to kind of pursue and to step up on each term, and that's always pretty good, right? And as we hire over time, there's going to be more people who apply over time because we're going to be more established. So then we really need to then understand what is a 6 star application, what is a 5 star application, what's a normal application. Okay, so yeah, I think this is a bit boilerplate. This is a bit of a template. So okay, but it's good that he did include an application letter that already is a pro. All right, let's see what he's done. What do you assess from his CV so far? Okay. Okay. All right. That is always good. Okay. All right. What else? Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. He is applying for content. Yeah. So, any red flags you notice? Exactly. Exactly. Okay. Two big red flags. Three, four, maybe even more, right? So I'll draw them out. Red flag number one, only a high school education, right? Not even completed after 4 years. So that's bad. That typically means a person who is not long-term oriented, right? Um, or could be have other issues. But generally, it means I've noticed it means a person who is not an investor in themselves, even, right? They're unwilling to sort of stack up and do the work. Okay. Next thing, he does this freelance translation thing, so that's just kind of, I think, a lame thing to have just to show that you're currently employed. It's just filler. So right away, I don't see that as being honest. I think that's just like saying, oh yeah, I'm a let's say you worked as an SPG before, right? I'm on call SPG anytime, right? So that's a little bit weird. All his job stints have been very short, August to November on the same year as a sales executive. Okay, so he wasn't good at doing sales, so that's why he only lasted like, 3 months, or perhaps even less. And then he did reservation e-commerce. Once again, probably not very good. He only lasted 3 months, right? And then July to August, again, 3 months. Here, yeah. Yeah, well, just 1 month, yeah. Reservation officer, once again, about 3 or 4 months. And then customer service, about 5 months. And what's funny is it's getting worse and worse and worse, right? So his tenure in each job is getting shorter and shorter and shorter, which means that I think he's run out of capacity. That's what I believe. I believe that his high school education only got him so much, and he's unable to grow, and he's shooting for higher jobs, and he's not finding fit in any of these, and that's most likely why he can't keep up. Um, so his diversity of experience seems to not add up, right? It seems like he started in sales, he moved to like more digital sales, and that would have been good, except now he wants to do content. So it shows that he's doing a massive walk away, not just from a job, but from a career. And so, in that sense, I think this person is a high risk factor, right? It's a person who is absolutely brand new and has essentially failed in their career, um, and in their job and in their companies. So I would say that this is a high risk candidate, and I would not process any further. Okay. Okay. All right. Let's dispose then. Okay. All right. So we'll put that in the reject file and compose a rejection email. Okay. All right. Cool. Okay. So everybody in the rejected, just when you get around to it, just send them an email and tell them that they haven't been hired. If they get back to you, that's usually a good sign, right? If they get back to you, then that shows that they're persistent. And some people we can save from the reject file, but not a lot. Doesn't happen too often. Okay, Yogo, Yogo Saputra. Yeah, yeah. Any candidate that we've rejected that gets back is always, I think, a good sign, right? It means that maybe they've matured. Yeah, like they apply again, or they just follow up. So few candidates follow up. I think whenever I see a candidate follows up, I always go, okay, that's a good sign, right? Um, because I think that that's a person who, one, is focusing on getting a job now, and that's always something that's good. And two, um, follow up I think is very necessary for a lot of work that we do here. In fact, it is work. So if they're already having a behavior of following up, I think that for me is always a very positive sign. Um, Great follow up can be a lot of things can be forgiven if you have great follow up. Um, oh my God, almost everything can be forgiven if you have great follow up. If you always come back and you're like, hey, what about this? Right? And then, hey, what about this? Um, I think that tenure can automatically know that this person is self improvement. Up to you. Up to you. That's just something I've noticed that works over time. Um, you can either do one way or the other, right? I'll give you that latitude. Okay, all right. So let's go to the next one. Okay, what do you think of this person? You'll go. Okay, so try opening the CV on your side too as well, so you can kind of scan through. You worked at Taraja Bamboo Villa. Hey, I know that place. We know this place. Yeah, Taraja Bamboo. It's where I approached this lady years ago. She's a Brazilian lady. It's actually really good. It's right out there. It's a very unique property. Um, it's almost like The Alchemist. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Same birthday as you, June 6th. Okay. So he was an LPG delivery guy, or I don't know. Okay. Okay. Mm. Okay. All right. Let's see if he has any indications of hustling. All right. So hustling means that you work persistently to try to achieve an end goal. Um, None of it looks like hustling, actually. Most of it is operations. Most of it is following orders and executing according to, yeah. Fishery observer, engineering technician. These are all sort of jobs where it's learn and do, and repeat and repeat and repeat. So there is no, yeah, there's no indication of hustle. There's no indication of um, growth either. It seems that he's just jumping around from one very different thing to another very different thing. This is a bad sign. 5 years to graduate and GPA of 2.8. So that kind of shows maybe not such a good learning capacity. Um, and no real. Okay, so he worked at Taraja Bamboo, and then he jumped out. Yeah, I don't know how this works, right? So his career history is a little bit weird. He worked here at the diving and then Taraja Bamboo, and then he's a general manager at a hotel. Yeah, 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 and then now he's back here. So it doesn't make sense. I would pass. You? Okay, all right, let's pass. Okay, all right. So let's move Mr. Yogo into the no hire bin. Okay.
Where people you believe have a top, yeah.
Yeah. So that we don't, this is not a good time to do that. Okay. All right. Mohammed Nikki, let's take a look. He's applying for online support for market research. So this is like market building air support, which currently doesn't really work because none of our market builders are on expeditions looking over the field right now. Would have been so good if they are, but okay.
Yeah, expert whoever else can use it.
Let's see. All right, let's take a look at what he can do. Okay, so Mr. Mohammed Nikki, take a look and let me know what you think. Oh, yeah, great. Okay. Yeah. Is the screen okay here? Screen broken? Oh, okay. Oh, is the screen broken or?
No.
Oh, okay. No worries, Mike. Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. So he put each of his salary. I guess he put his expectation there, and he put what he was paid at each job there too as well. Um, mhm. I think that's okay. I don't find that bad. In fact, I find that actually quite enlightening. A lot of times you can go, oh, okay, I can afford, or oh, I can't afford this person. And it shows kind of like also a career path. Um, his salary actually creates more questions than answers, right? Um, it seems like his salary is going down over time. And that to me shows actually more revealing about his skill sets than anything else. It seems like he is downgrading at each stage. He's downgraded 3 times already. He went from having 6.5 to then 5.5, and wait. His peak was okay. So he started at 5.5, then 5.8, then 5.5, and then 6, and then 5.5, and then 6, and now 5. So I don't know. I mean, in 11 years, I think that's pathetic. I think, I think, I think, I think you should have. Yeah, should go. Yeah, exactly right. And you're back now down, and the rupee is less valuable than it was 11 years ago too, as well. So in fact, he's taken a big step back. I don't know. I don't think this person has a career path, or they're not just not very successful, um, or they don't know what they want to do. Yeah. Okay. Let's drop it. Okay. So Mohammed into the dustbin. All right. Cool. Um, let's push him over here. Okay. Alfriza, are you having fun doing this? Is this interesting? Okay. All right. Oh wait. Doing what? Uh huh. Oh yeah. It's always. Well, that's why we asked them to apply through this. In the future, actually, you can even refine this even more. So in the future, let's say, for example, you get 1,000 applicants. You can put another layer in, which is actually very helpful, which is make a video interview of yourself and submit it, right? So they just do a recording of like why they think they're awesome, and that then you can skip the 15-minute interview. You can just watch all the uploads and see how people do it. Some startups do that actually as well. Okay, all right. So Afriza, okay, is applying for a content creator. She says she's good at Mac and creating videos and such and such. Okay, great. Let's open up her CV. So no application letter, no real motivation letter, no fit yet for Bukit Vista hospitality or anything. Oh, why do you want to apply? Because creativity and traveling. Okay, I love pets. I want to do. Okay, ooh, dangerous, right? Once again, seems like a lifestyle content creator type person rather than a professional. Well, I think there's two types of content people, right? And to give you an idea of the people that I think are really good, look at professional content people, right? Real pros. And if you need a example of that, just open Masterclass and look at how Annie Leibovitz and look at how Jimmy Chin. They are painstaking on details, right? They don't they do it because they get joy out of it, but it's a very mature joy. It isn't like, oh, I get to travel, I get to whatever. It's almost like they've gone through it and they've sacrificed so much to get that perfect shot, right? They're willing to wait days, they're willing to risk their life, they're willing to like spend years perfecting their craft. And I think that process is something that maybe it's maturity, right? And that part would be something that would be good to see in content people. But content people who say, oh, go ahead.
Do you think olive oil from the top?
I don't know. Maybe because we wrote that we're pet friendly. Um, maybe that's just he's being playful and saying, yeah, I like egg rolls, right? Is this something that is conversational? I like that. I don't mind that. I think that's actually kind of cool, right? He's being playful. He's being disarming by sort of sharing his 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 personal likes and dislikes. So that part is okay. What do you gather from that? It's irrelevant, yeah. It's being being impertinent. Okay, I get it. I get it. Okay. Yeah. Okay, that could be seen as being impertinent and immature and being a bit flippant, right? He's not being serious. Okay. Let's take a look at CV. What do you see?